Hello everyone, my name is Matt Scorpion and welcome back to another week in Destiny. Of course, Reset has happened and Guardian Games is here, so there is a few things going on in terms of Destiny. But there's one more thing as well, as there was a hotfix active, which I will basically just run through them right now. For activities, Guardian Games playlists now grant progression for deep sight weapons and levels. The title SMG will now drop from medallion turn-ins. The higher the medallion, the higher the drop chance. Drop rate has been tuned to correct the issue. Guardian Games Playlook has been disabled from Ava Levante after an unintentional interaction with platform cards. And then abilities, fixed an issue that prevent players from successfully charging a Nova Pulse just after casting the Nova Warp Super. Fixed an issue where charging a Nova Pulse with low super energy would not consistently complete the attack. Fixed an issue where interactive between Shiver Strike and Glacial Quake could allow players to generate infinite stasis crystals if combined with the Howl of the Storm aspect. Developer note, Shiver Strike now costs a player full melee charge immediately on activation. We understand this is a slight nerf for the time being and plan on making additional adjustments in the future to address potency. And for Ghost Shells, fixed an issue where the Fettered Shell was not correct for properly taking shaders, even though Radioactive Green is very fashionable. And the Dark Telemetry emblem now supports the Raid Metric category. So, yes, just a quick hotfix that went live today on that note. In the world of Destiny, it is week 2 of Guardian Games, which there are a few details I'm going to cover right off the bat for various things. Basically, it's week 2, so there's a few things that change. First of all, we have a new recreational and training strike in Proving Grounds this time around, which is very fitting considering the title. It is rotated modifiers as well, as this has a cute Void Burn, still subtle foes for the training playlist, shielded foes of all elements, and unstoppable barrier champions, with Pestilence so that when Scions are defeated, Void Grenades drop at their feet. Not an easy strike, but I would say possibly easier than this is Proving Grounds. Possibly easier than Lightblade in terms of just, difficulty in doing. That being said, with week 2 as well, your characters have all reset, so you need to both do the whole grind again to earn the Platinum Progress on the left, and once the actual competitive playlist comes out, you'll need to go for a Platinum score to relight all the Platinum Torches again. Now, if you participated last week and you're interested in the Bungie rewards, you only have to participate in light the Platinum Torches twice more, including left and right this week. So if you're only interested in the Bungie rewards tankard in the middle, you only have to play for one more week. Aside from that, contribute as wanted. And that being said, in addition to the 2 weeks, it supposedly has started a new scoring. I don't know if it's a week by week for the Triumph and the 10% thing, but yes, the shoot to score has reset, and you can go for a training score, but it won't really matter until, you get to Platinum on recreational. Or no, not on competitive. But aside from that, it's basically a new week of Guardian Games, new little shift up, but speaking of weeks, it is Iron Banner right now, which by association also means that it is Boosted Valor, because Boosted Valor always comes with an Iron Banner. And its active bounties are as follows. We have Oath of the Pack, defeating opponents while assisted by one other teammate. Maneuver Warfare, defeat opponents while your team holds zone advantage. Victory Banners, complete matches in the Iron Banner playlist with bonus progress for wins. And the Route, defeat opponents in Iron Banner, earn bonus progress by landing final blows on opponents with higher power level. So this is an exponentially easy list of bounties to do if you still need Pinnacle gear or are still grinding out the Iron Banner gear available this season. Basically, it's as follows: kill people while assisted by other people, defeat opponents while you have 2-to-1 zone advantage, finishing games, and then just killing people. So, you know how that goes. That is exceptionally easy to do if you're just looking to grow out the bounties, aside from, playing Sweaty Banner. But moving into the rest of the world, we have some annoying things in the realm of Vanguards, because the Grandmaster Nightfall currently available is Birthplace of the Vile. I'd say the second hardest one available this season, and for the Grandmaster comes with acute Void Burn, shielded foes of all 3 elements, mob champions, limited revives, extinguish, equipment lock, match game, Grandmaster modifiers, as well as Empath for more damage from melee. It actually doesn't have chaff this time. Huh. So we actually just get straight up on boosted radar. That's actually fun. And although, increased melee damage. Overload, unstoppable champions, and scorched earth for enemy throwing grenades significantly more often. My team definitely felt that modifier considering how many BS scorn grenades that only look like they are tiny explosions that have massive explosions. And if you manage to succeed, you can either get a duty bound or duty bound adept, something I still have a need to get my hands on. Now, for the Grandmaster Nightfall, it's so weird because of the honestly, at this point, let's see. What's our timer for the rest of the season? We have 2 weeks left of the season, and the Grandmaster thing is not active. I don't know if that's something that's broken, but supposedly at this point at the end of the season, we're supposed to get the all six, Vanguard Grandmasters available from here, but currently it is just the Lightblade, which I did not complete yet officially. My team hasn't really given it a chance, and the Grandmaster, which is basically just whatever is available for the week. Or I think it might... Oh. Okay, so that might be it. We might have to actually guild it to have access to all 6. So it looks like if you don't have access to it, then you'll need to, complete Lightblade on Grandmaster to have access to all 6 at the end of the season, it seems like. But on that same note, moving away from Grandmasters, there's nothing new going on with Gambit. I'm pretty sure the last Gambit Labs has already happened, and if there's any more, there's going to be one more next week. Crucible, like I said, Iron Banner, and currently Mayhem for our Rotator matches, which is supposedly really good to level up your weaponry if you need a good place to do that. For our raids, it is... Oh, that's Prophecy. It is Templar Challenge, so if you want access to Adept Fatebringer, now is the time. As well, Recovery-focused armor for Templar Challenge. If you don't know what that is, or the rest of the raid that isn't Templar Challenge, if you don't know what that is, basically you have to kill the Templar without ever letting him teleport. So, on that same note, time to check in on the Throne World and Master Vow. For Master Vow, it is, of course, every weapon available and the usual modifiers. And Looping Catalyst, I believe, is Rolk Challenge, which is basically you cannot lose Leeching Force after gaining it. You can't use the crystal to gain Leeching Force more than once in a damage phase. So, if you basically just do that, do as you're told, you'll get a chance at that, and it's mobility-focused armor this week in Vow. So, moving throughout the rest of the Throne World for the weekly mission, let's see what we have here. We have the Ritual, which is the final mission of the Witch Queen campaign. If anyone was ever curious to actually, do that, form it for Send and Alloy, or whatever purposes. As well as the Wellspring, let's see, we have Tarnation today for Tuesday, which as the following, Wednesday will be the Bow, Felterididal, Friday, nope, too quick. Thursday will be the Sniper, then Friday will be the Reset, going with the Auto Rifle. Saturday will be the Grenade Launcher, Sunday will be the Bow again, and Monday will be the Sniper, with rotating all the way around to come to pass as next Tuesday's starting weapon. So, per the usual, we'll have the schedule on screen in case I muddled my words and didn't get it right. But, moving into the rest of the thing, for seasonal things, the current active Battlegrounds is the Cosmodrome in the Legendary version. If anyone still needs to get their hands on these, unfortunately, I don't know if they're going to do the same thing they did with Season Lost, where all 3 will become active at once for those that need to, wrap up the seasonal stuff, but I'm not sure if these are going away at the end of the season. They haven't really said what will be or what won't, just even though, 2 weeks to the end of the season. But on that same note, it's likely that you'll still be able to earn the Risen title and all the other things from this after the season is over. It just won't be as mainstream, I do believe. You might lose the Pinnacle, but, that's how seasons go. But into one of the last things, Eternity, for Dares of Eternity, we have, for our Legend role, we have Hive, Fallen, and Valista Auric, for those that still need those triumphs. And that is about everything in terms of the world rotations. Now, check with Banshee, it's time to see what he has, and there's actually a reason to visit Ada right now. Scathed Lock, Under Pressure Multi-Kill Clip, not too terrible in terms of rolls, good barrel options, both range options, one slightly more potent but less harm. Flared Magwell, not a terrible option for either, areas of the game. Syncopation, Compulsive Reloader, honestly, that perk alone is worth not picking this one up. It might have the best perks everywhere else, but Compulsive Reloader is definitely not worth it. It got buffed, or at least it's going to be buffed, but the main downside of this is the fact that, let's say with this Syncopation, it's got 36 rounds, it's 12 bursts, which after the first burst, and if you fire again, you won't have Compulsive Reloader. It's literally like you have to fire one burst and then reload to take advantage of it. Compulsive Reloader honestly sucks. The Vision, Surplus 1 for all, it's another one of those burst pistols. Not one of the ones I use for anything. And those who use it in Crucible make it terrible. Then Funnel Web, the community's favorite Vice SMG that I cannot honestly get a hand on. Steady Hands, Focus Fury. Focus Fury is good, but it's probably better on something a little bit more easier to hit. What is that number? Well, let's see, 38, do the math, 19 sounds like a good number. You gotta hit 19 bullets out of the mag as a crit. With an SMG, it could be hard, but, you know, that's me being the console pleb, as people call me. Typhon GL, Demolitionist, one for all, high explosive ordnance. Not too terrible of a role, honestly, for a generic grenade launcher. Although one for all is kind of hard to proc unless, you know, you get the lucky ones. It's a really good damage buff, although I'm not sure how it applies to heavy weapons, honestly. I haven't seen many there. And then, of course, for all the classes, you have your own respective class swords. You know, Jagged Edge, Thresh Surrounded, not too great for Crown Splitter. There are better rolls around. Now, bear with me as I take a visit to Ada for a statistic anomaly. So, specifically, a Titan. There is a supposed god roll. I haven't seen the stat rolls, but the big number is 65. A Tangled... okay. You know, I feel like I wasted my time, just because this is a 65 roll, which would be a good option for people, but it's low on recovery, discipline, and high on mobility. It has 3 tier stats at 16, and one of them is mobility. Honestly, if you needed a pair of gauntlets for... no, this is leg. Greaves for a Titan that you need just more stats, there is better options. But, you know, if you need one right now, bare minimum, I would say. That is the bare minimum if you needed a new pair of boots right now for better stats. But that being said, that is probably another one of the last times we'll ever visit Ada this season. But, you know, here's hoping more stuff like that comes around. That being said, my name is Mad Scorpion, and I will see you in the next video.
We stop being concerned, no chances keep on passing us by.